This is good. How's it going, folks? My name is Adrian and welcome back to my channel. I have owned this car for a little over a year now, 1 year and 2 months. And the thing about Tesla is when you buy it brand new, the list of maintenance that you have to deal with is very short. That's right. With Tesla, it's an electric car. There's a lot less moving parts in a Tesla than a regular gasoline powered car. That's one benefit about owning an EV, especially a Tesla, because truly it's a very simple maintenance that you can do the first year really. So that's what this video is all about my scheduled maintenance or the things that I've done with the car the first year and 2 months. So comparing the car to a regular cars like a Camry, a Corolla, or really any other gasoline powered cars, you don't have to worry about oil changes. You don't have to worry about fuel system maintenance. You don't have to worry about emission that you have to do every 2 years. What else? There's just so many parts that you don't need to replace. And the simplicity and really the efficiency of having that, even brake pads. Now, on a regular car, you will have to replace your brake pads regularly every couple years depending on how aggressive you drive. In a Tesla, the car comes with regenerative braking. That is basically how the car slows down. You don't even need to tap on the brake pedal unless there's an emergency or somebody cut you off. That's called one pedal driving. So the very first maintenance that I did for my car was right around the 6-month period. I hit 6,250 miles. And Tesla recommends every 6,250 miles for you to rotate your tires. And I made a blog for that. So if you've been following my channel, you're welcome to check it out, how to rotate your tires on a Tesla. There is a special way because you do need an adapter. That is my first maintenance that I did for my car. And Tesla does recommend that you rotate your tires if 2 of your tires have a tire depth difference on its tread by 1.5 millimeter. So, but in general, every 6 months or every 6,250 miles. It really varies on when you rotate it because it varies on how aggressive you drive. So it may be less for you. It really varies on a lot of condition and the way that you drive, but I did it on my 6th month. I'm actually almost due for my 2nd tire rotation because I am about to hit 12,500 in about a month, maybe less than that. So I will be giving you guys an update on that. The second thing that I did really shortly after I did that tire rotation is to refill my windshield washer fluid. Like, I got a message on my touchscreen in the car that says that your wiper fluid is empty or low. I don't remember, either empty or low. And so I had to figure out how to do it. And it's actually superbly easy. All you need, and I made a video on that as well, all you need really is a wiper fluid and a funnel. And it's really easy. It took me 30 seconds to do. You just have to pop the hood and then open up the lid for the washer fluid. It's the only one that you will see, and use the funnel and fill it up and stop when it's full. Those are the 2 main things that I have done for the car. No oil changes, none of that stuff. Just tire rotation and refilling the wiper fluid. For the purpose of do-it-yourself and maintenance of the vehicle, I did do the replacement of the cabin filter inside of the car, the cabin air filter, because I wanted to show people how to do it yourself. So I made a video on that. It was not needed because the cabin filter was fairly clean. Tesla recommends that you change and replace it after 2 years. But then again, if you live where there's just a lot of road dust, or if you live in a place where the air quality is just bad, then I would suggest you do it more often or sooner than 2 years. If you live in a clean environment, clean area, then maybe you don't have to do it until the 2nd year. Nevertheless, I did it for the purpose of showing the video in my channel how to do it, and you can do it. It took me maybe 30 to 40 minutes. You can pay a Tesla service technician to come to your house and do it. But I didn't go that route. I wanted to save the money and do it myself. And really, it wasn't too bad at all. You know, anybody could do it. You just need time and patience, and that will save you money. That's the reason why I bought this car, to save money. Some people say I did it to flex. You know, I really didn't. Like, I wanted, you know, I spent the money to buy a really good car. I did it to save money on gasoline. I don't have to pay for gas, and I don't have to pay for a lot of maintenance. That's the number one reason why I got it. I mean, yeah, it doesn't hurt the fact that it's fun, it's a fast car, it's fun, and really there's a whole lot of community out there that, you know, wants, you know, the environment to be clean and green, and, you know, we're going on that direction, really. Tesla's light years ahead when it comes to technology and efficiency and full self-driving and all of that stuff, you know. But that's a discussion for another topic about full self-driving, autopilot, gasoline car versus EV car, the simplicity and easiness of maintenance of the car. Like, now I can't talk about 5 years because I've only owned this car for a year. Just to recap, I've done the tire rotation after 6 months, or 6,250 miles. I also did the replenishment of the wiper fluid, and I did the cabin air filter by myself, even though I didn't need to until the second year. I did it anyway. And one last thing that I did was to replace the wiper blades of the car. It rains a lot here in Washington, and I do use the wiper blades a lot. And I figure before the end of the first year, I should replace it, and I did. That really varies. If you live in Texas or Arizona or a dry climate and it doesn't really rain a lot and you don't really use it, then you don't, you know. That's really on an as-needed basis. And that's one thing that is, you know, varies for each and every owner, because, you know, depending on how you drive and how you use your car, and depending on where you live, if it rains a lot. So those really are the main maintenance that I have done for the car, other than the basic car washes. Like, I've taken this to a car wash maybe 2 or 3 times. Personally, I like to go to touchless car wash, so it doesn't ruin the paint with all the brushes of the regular car washes out there. You know, no PPF. I haven't done any paint protection film for the car. I do think they're too expensive, but that's just my preference, you know. Like, I use a traditional wax and then just wax it on and off to keep the car clean and shiny. So yeah, like, I just like to keep my car clean. You know, it's good to keep the car clean anyway. That's just, you know, it helps with maybe a little bit of the aerodynamics. You know, there's not a lot of debris in the car, the dirt and all that stuff. It's just good to keep the car clean, you know, both inside and out. Now, another thing that I could run into in the future is how to clean the interior camera inside of your windshield. That is something that Tesla recommends that only service technician should do. So I will go by that, but the camera or the touchscreen, the computer in my car should tell me when to schedule that. You know, that's the best thing about having a tech car. You know, it's a smart car. It will tell you if it needs service, especially with like camera calibration or camera cleanliness inside the car. One last thing that I actually encountered as I was researching this is that Tesla actually recommends that you clean and lubricate the brake caliper of your Tesla Model 3 every 12 months or every 12,500 miles. And like I mentioned before, I am due for my second tire rotation in a little less than a month here. That will be something that I will inquire to a Tesla technician, see how much it costs. I will keep you guys updated once I have done that, because some Tesla owners may skip that. I do think that it is important to follow maintenance. So I will inquire about that and keep you guys up to date on the comments or an update on this video. Yeah, brake caliper to clean it and lubricate it every year. So hey, how about that? Earlier I touched base about regenerative braking and how you very rarely need to replace the brake caliper of your Tesla, and that is because Tesla uses regenerative braking. The car will slow down for you. There are 3 modes in regenerative braking. There's creep, roll, and hold. Me, I use the most energy efficient mode, which is the hold mode. And that basically requires for me to use the brake pedal almost never. Like, very, very rare do I use the brake pedal. because the car just slows down for me. The moment that you let off the accelerator, the car will stop for you. You only need to use that when go ahead and when somebody cuts you off, or in case of an emergency, or you need to slow down very quickly. That's really cool thing, because brakes can be expensive and I don't have to worry about that so much, at least not in the near future. Now for people that don't use regenerative braking, then you will need to use or replace your brake caliper often, or more often than people that use it on hold mode. So if you use the creep or roll mode on the stopping mode for your car, you will be replacing your brake calipers more often. One last thing that I want to cover is the maintenance of the high voltage battery. The high voltage battery is probably the most important and most expensive part of your electric car, of any Tesla. And Tesla really does stress it out to make sure that if there's any problem involving the high voltage battery, Tesla does make sure that that only trained service technician employed by Tesla should repair or troubleshoot or fix that problem. So don't even bother on trying to fix the high voltage battery of the car. Like, you don't want to risk voiding your warranty to try to replace or remove any parts or tamper with the high voltage battery. Something that you should leave to the professional. So this video, I hope everybody enjoys. I hope you find useful content for your Tesla journey. Only really talking about the stuff that I have done to maintain the car for my 1 year and 2 months of ownership. If you have any more comments, or if you know a little bit more than what I have covered here, do let me know in the comments below. I welcome everybody in the channel, especially people that have owned this for a lot longer. If you have driven for more than 5 years and you've driven over 100,000 miles, let me know some tips and tricks. Let me know of your Tesla journey. I truly do welcome it. And as always, my name is Adrian, still enjoying this cup of tea. Whew, this is good. I'll see you in the next episode. And while I got you in this channel, if you are interested in buying a Tesla, I do have a referral link that I will link on the comments in the description below. It will help you save some money depending on the model that you buy. Can save you up to $1,000. I think it changes every now and then, but it will save you some money. It will help me out with my referrals. And definitely, if you find this content helpful, as always, this is Adrian, keeping it real. I will see you in the next episode. Peace.